Alright, so now for problem number 2. So we want to make the graph for y is equal to 2 to the x minus 5 power. So we're going to make a table. So I'm going to go x, y. And remember, the points that we want, the x values we want to look at are -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if I have -1 and I plug -1 into here, this is going to give me 2 to the -1 minus 5, which is equal to 2 to the -6. So that is going to be 1 over 2 to the 6th. And 2 to the 6 is like 64. So we really can't use 1 over 64. We won't be able to use that. So that'll just be negative over here somewhere. Alright, and then next we want to use 0. So 0 minus 5. So 0 minus 5, that's going to be 2 to the -5th. So that'll be 1 over 32. Okay, so we'll put 1 over 32. And then we got 2 to the -4th, that'll be 1 over 16. And then 2 to the -3. Okay, so when x is 2, we go 2 to the 2 minus 5, which is equal to 2 to the -3, which would be equal to 1 over 8. And so now we get 3, so that's going to be to the -2. Oh, so that's going to be to the -2, so that'll be 1 over 4. And so 4 will be -1, so that'll be 1/2. And then here we have 5. So again, 5, so if I have 2 to the, if x is 5, that'll be 5 minus 5, which is 0. And 2 to the 0 power is 1. And then 6. Okay, 6 is going to be this, 2 to the 6 minus 5 would be 2 to the 1st, which that gives us 2. So if I go 6, I'll put 2. And then of course 7, 2 to the 7 minus 5, that's going to be 2 squared, which is 4. So this will be 7 and 4. So as we can see, at 5 we're going to be at 1, and then at 6 we'll be up here at 2, and then at 7 we'll be at 4. Okay, so our graph is going to look like this. Okay, just like that. So the transformations we saw. Okay, so this x minus 5, that's just shifting it to the right. Shifts right by 5. Just right by 5. So the equation for the asymptote, there's no big number on the outside here, so it's just going to be y equals 0. And then the domain and range, it'll be -infinity to infinity. And then the range is just going to be 0 to infinity. And then the domain would be x is in the set of all reals. Range, it is going to be y is greater than 0. And so remember, y equals 0 is my asymptote. And notice this is increasing. So that is increasing. So now let's look at this one real quick. So on this one, I want to make a table. Number 3 here. I'm going to make a table x, comma y. Okay, so again, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So I put in -1 here. -1, so that's going to be -1/2. And then I put in 0, so that's going to give me So negative 2 to the 0 power, that'll be negative 1 plus 4 would be 3. And then 1, that's going to be negative 2 plus 4, that'll give you 2. And then 2, that'll be negative 4 plus 4 is 0. Good. And then 3, that's going to be negative 8 plus 4, that will be negative 4. So negative 8, okay. And so my asymptote is going to be right here at y equals 4. So I'll go ahead and draw this line at y equals 4, like this. Okay. And so then I want to plot these points. So I'll be at negative 1. Well, we won't worry about that one. We'll be at 0, 3. And then we'll be at 1, 2. Go over 1 up 2. And then 3, negative 4. Go over to 3. Go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. So then negative 1. Oh, that'll be. Anyway, so it's going to look like this. That'll be our graph. So our transformation here is reflect, reflection over the x-axis. Equation for the asymptote is y equals 4. Domain would be negative infinity to infinity again. Range is going to be from 4, notice that's parentheses, and this should be parentheses as well, by the way, down to negative infinity, so this is decreasing. And then so x is in the set of all reals, y is going to be less than 4. Less than 4. Where is stop?